ओके साक्षी, अनुज, हेलो एवरीवन। ओके, आफ्टरनून। So, dear students, 2015. Yes, I will talk about that, but listen carefully, everyone. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, friends, my question to you is: do you know during the time of 1951, a body was set up whose purpose was to look into the 5 year plans, to look into the 5 year plans implementation, look into the 5 year plan implementation. Do you know, dear students, what was that body that was looking into the 5 year plan implementation? Can you tell me? Very good. The name was Planning Commission. Dear students, the name was Planning Commission. The name was Planning Commission. But my dear students, let me tell you about 1st January 2015. Sir, why you are talking about
In progress.
for transforming India? National Institution for Transforming India. Now done if you have understood this and have written this. Indeed understood this. Yes, sir. We have indeed understood this. So let's talk about it further. Let's talk about it further. Niti Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India. Niti Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India. Right? Now, dear students, pay attention. Some facts about Niti Aayog जो कि बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. And why did Niti Aayog come? Friends, the number one problem was that planning commission was looking into the 5 year plan implementation. So what was happening was government was coming up with an agenda and Niti Aayog was looking into its implementation with Prime Minister of the country as the chairperson of Planning Commission. I am talking about Planning Commission. Now this Niti Aayog, what is Niti Aayog doing? It is acting as a think tank of the government. So in regular policy making related to our country, Niti Aayog makes or gives a lot of valuable advice. It's like a think tank of the government, the one that does the thinking part, the policy formulation part. Sir, what else? Niti Aayog promotes cooperative federalism. Sir, what is it? प्लानिंग कमीशन में ये होता था दोस्तों कि कंट्री के लिए सरकार कुछ बदलाव कर रही है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, तो स्टेट्स के पास कम अधिकार हुआ करता था. स्टेट्स हैड लिमिटेड राइट टू वॉइस देयर ओपिनियन. स्टेट्स के पास कम कम ऑप्शंस रहते थे अपनी बातों को सामने रखने का. बट मैं आप सबको बता दूं, नीति आयोग के आने से, विद द इनकमिंग ऑफ नीति आयोग, स्टेट got more power to voice their opinion at the center level, at the country level. Did you understand, dear students? Yes or no? Could you please confirm so that I can start writing? जो भी मैंने बोला वो मैं बताऊंगा. Okay, okay, very good, very good, very good. It seems to be crystal clear to everyone, right, dear students? All right. Okay, 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 okay. सो हिंदी में मैं अगर अभी तक बताऊं, अगर बाबू आप लोग को किसी को भी कोई दिक्कत हुआ है तो मैं एक बार फिर से पूरी बात जो मैंने अभी तक बोली है लास्ट 10-15 मिनट में वो मैं समराइज करता हूं. हिंदी में भी बोलूंगा और फिर इंग्लिश में भी बोलूंगा, तो रुकिएगा, सुनिएगा, है ना. आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश एज वेल एज इन हिंदी. पहले हिंदी में सम अप कर देता हूं. बात ऐसा है कि 1951 से हमारी कंट्री में 5 ईयर प्लान बनता था, 5 साल का प्लान बनता था, जिसमें जो सरकार रहती थी ना वो प्लान्स बनाती थी, और नीति और प्लानिंग कमीशन नाम की एक बॉडी होती थी जो देखती थी कि ये प्लान्स प्रॉपरली इंप्लीमेंट हो रहे हैं या नहीं हो रहे हैं. ठीक है. यस सर, ठीक है. इसके बाद दोस्तों आया एक नया इंस्टीट्यूशन, एक नया बॉडी, जिसका नाम है दोस्तों नीति आयोग। नीति आयोग, नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन फॉर ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इंडिया, नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन फॉर ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इंडिया। ये जो नीति आयोग है दोस्तों, ये क्या करता है, ये देखता है, ये 2015 के बाद से आया, ये नई सरकार लेकर आई, जिसका पर्पस था कि ये एक थिंक टैंक की तरह काम करेगा। यानी कि ये सरकार को रेगुलर पॉलिसी मेकिंग पर एडवाइस करेगा, और साथ साथ में ये स्टेट्स को बोलने का मौका देगा। क्योंकि प्लानिंग कमीशन के अंतर्गत क्या होता था कि स्टेट्स को अपनी बात सामने रखने का सेंटर में कम मौका मिलता था। स्टेट्स का मतलब बाकी सारे राज्यों को। ठीक है, अब मैं इसी चीज को इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट करके बताता हूं। Friends, so what happened was Planning Commission was formed in 1951, and now the Planning Commission laid emphasis on the on looking into the implementation of plans. It was not working as a think tank, or it was not putting much power in the hands of state to voice their opinions. In 2015, Niti Aayog comes into being, and Planning Commission is scraped off. Planning Commission is scraped off. All its powers are taken away and given to Niti Aayog. Now, Niti Aayog works as a think tank for policy making on behalf of government. It promotes cooperative federalism, basically, which means that states are given the chance to put their opinion at the center level. Hopefully, it's clear. Once you all confirm, then I will write further. उसके बाद लिखूंगा मैं. Is that clear, dear students? Okay, right. So, friends, here it is. Number one, it act as a think tank. I am talking about Niti Aayog, think tank for government. Next, dear students, it acted as a policy dynamo for the government. It acted as a policy dynamo for the government. It acted as policy dynamo for the government. It acted as a policy dynamo for the government. Point number two. Point number three, dear students, is it acted as a third point is, dear students, it served as it promotes their it down. When done, please let okay. Very good, friends. You all have answered it correctly. Okay, okay, okay. Very good. So, sir, we have noted it down. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Let's move on to the institutes material. चलिए इंस्टीट्यूट्स मटेरियल में देखते हैं क्या चल रहा है। सर ये किस पेज में है आप देख लीजिए, आईसीआई के मैट के 10.16 वाले पेज में है। ठीक है, नीति आयोग। Okay, so this is what I said, friends, that on 1st January, the Planning Commission was replaced by National Institution for Transforming India, Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog came into place. So friends, Niti Aayog came into place. Okay. Now, as I told you, it acts as a policy dynamo, and it spurs innovative thinking by experts. Innovative thinking means to solve the problems of India, to take a new approach to India's problem, new approach to solve India's problem, new approach to solve India's problem, to take new approach for India's problem, take new approach for India's problem, to take new approach for India's problem. Okay, Ashok ji, can you listen to me? Hello, Ashok ji. एक बार चेक कर लीजिएगा ना, वीडियो अपना सही चल रहा है ना? स्टूडेंट्स का कुछ क्वेरी आ रहा था, वीडियो फाइन चल रहा है क्या? एक्चुअली दो तीन स्टूडेंट्स का आ रहा था चैट में ना कि कुछ लैग आ रहा है, तो एक बार काइंडली चेक कर लीजिए ना। ओके, थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू। Okay. So friends, Niti Aayog will work towards the following objectives. Now, what will be the objectives of Niti Aayog? That I am discussing with you. नीति आयोग की क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव्स रहने वाली है वो मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूं. First objective is to evolve a shared vision of national development priorities, sectors and strategies with the active involvement of states. मैंने आपको बताया था ना, I told you na, states का involvement is very important. So the main goal of Niti Aayog was to inculcate एक्टिव इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ स्टेट्स. जितनी भी राज्य सरकारें हैं उनके ओपिनियन को साथ लेकर चलना, टू वॉइस द एक्टिव इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ स्टेट्स. इज दैट क्लियर फ्रेंड्स? यस और नो? कम ऑन स्टूडेंट्स. वेरी वेरी गुड. Next is to foster cooperative federalism through structured support initiatives and mechanism with the states on a continuous basis, recognizing that strong states make a strong nation. Very important. You can see the goal is state empowerment. State empowerment. The goal is, dear students, state empowerment. States को empower करना, states को और powerful बनाना. State empowerment. Okay, great. To develop mechanisms to formulate credible plans at the village level and aggregate this progressively at higher levels of government. Sir, what does it mean? Basically, I'll tell it in Hindi and English both, है ना? पहले हिंदी में बोलता हूं कि गांव के लेवल से, विलेज के लेवल से बदलाव लाना. अगर विलेज लेवल पर कोई बदलाव, गांव के लेवल पर कोई बदलाव अगर सक्सेसफुल हो जाता है तो उसको बड़े रूप में पूरे इंडिया के लेवल पर उसे इंप्लीमेंट करना, पूरे भारत के लेवल पर उसे इंप्लीमेंट करना. सर प्लीज इन इंग्लिश ऑल्सो. It means, dear students, that to bring in changes at the village level, at the very basic level, to bring in changes at the very basic level, to bring in changes at the very basic level. And once the changes at the basic village level are successful, to adopt the same ideas, same plan, same model and apply it to the entire country, entire nation. To bring and to apply the changes to the entire nation. To bring and apply the changes to the entire nation. Is that clear, friends? Yes or no? To develop mechanisms to formulate credible plans at the village level and aggregate this progressively at higher levels of government. Okay. Fourth point is to ensure on areas that are specifically referred to it that the interests of national security are incorporated in economic strategy and policy. Yes. So what they are telling is, whenever you make any economic policy, जब भी कोई ऐसी पॉलिसी बनेगी जो कि कंट्री के इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड होगी, whenever a policy is made that is pertaining to the economic policy of the country, at the same time national security of the country should not be compromised. National security shouldn't be compromised. National security shouldn't be compromised. It should not happen that just to advance the economy, we put our country's security to risk. Is that clear, dear students? Yes, sir, it's crystal clear to us. Next, to pay special attention to the sections of our society that may be at risk of not benefiting adequately from economic progress. Very important. Friends, sometimes what happens is that rich may become richer, poor may become poorer. So economy is growing. So economy is growing. Economy बढ़ रहा है. Economy बढ़ रहा है. Economy grow हो रहा है. Economy बढ़ रहा है. Economy grow हो रहा है. Economy बढ़ रहा है. Economy is growing. इकोनॉमी बढ़ रहा है. बट उसके साथ साथ में, इकोनॉमी के बढ़ने के साथ साथ में, व्हेन द इकोनॉमी इज ग्रोइंग, उसके साथ साथ में जो प्रोग्रेस आना चाहिए था सबका, अब बोलते हैं ना कि सारे लोग एक साथ बढ़ने चाहिए, पर अगर ऐसा होता है, if it happens that only few sections of the society are benefited from economic progress and the rest are ignored, then that is not true development. So the goal of this think tank, Niti Ayog, is to ensure that every section of the society is benefited equally from the developments taking place. सारे sections of the society equally benefit करें जो development हो रहा है उसकी वजह से. Is that clear, dear students? Yes, sir, it's clear. Next is to design strategic and long-term policy and program frameworks and initiatives and monitor their progress. Yes, to frame policies and look whether they are working or not. Policies बनाए और ये देखें कि वो policies apply हो रही है कि नहीं. Policies का बनाना और उनका implementation को देखना regular basis पर. बहुत ही सीधे तरीके से मैंने आपको बताया है. इससे simple नहीं हो सकता. Correct, sir. The next point is, dear students, to provide advice and encourage partnerships between key stakeholders and national and international like-minded think tanks, as well as educational and policy research institutions. So here the goal is to combine and work together with bodies who have powers similar to Niti Aayog. तो जिन बॉडीज के पास नीति आयोग जैसा ही पावर्स है या जो बॉडीज नीति आयोग जैसा ही काम कर रही है, उनका डे टू डे इंप्लीमेंटेशन देखना और उनसे सलाह मशवरा करके पॉलिसीज को बेटर करना और इंप्लीमेंट करना. Friends, what it seeks to tell us is that just like every other institution, for example, what happens is, suppose you three friends are studying, so somebody must be good in economics, somebody must be good in maths, somebody must be good in law. So you all keep advising each other ना कि भाई इस चीज को ऐसे पढ़ लो, इस चीज को ऐसे पढ़ लो. On the same scenario, I am telling, like think tank, similar power possessing bodies should continuously interact with each other to improve their models, to improve their policies, to learn from each other. Friends, is that clear, friends? Right, sir. Right, sir. Eighth point is to create a knowledge, innovation, and entrepreneurial support system, to create a knowledge, innovation, and entrepreneurial support system through a collaborative community of national and international experts, practitioners, and other partners. So, to create a knowledge, innovation, and entrepreneurial support system. तो मतलब businesses को support करो, support the entrepreneurs, support the business people, instead of coming into their way, instead of becoming a hurdle for them, become a support for them. To create a knowledge, innovation, and entrepreneurial support system through a collaborative community of national and international experts, practitioners, and other partners. Friends, is this clear, dear students? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Think tank means one who will be thinking about government policies. आप में से एक दोस्त का सवाल आया, सर थिंक टैंक का मतलब क्या होता है? द बॉडी दैट विल बी थिंकिंग एंड प्लानिंग द पॉलिसीज ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट, जो गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज को प्लान करेंगी. द वंस हु विल प्लान द पॉलिसीज ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. Okay, to offer a platform for the resolution of the intersectoral and interdepartmental issues in order to accelerate the implementation of development agenda. Sir, what is intersectoral? For example, agriculture is one sector. Manufacturing is one sector. So if some decision about agriculture impacts manufacturing, or if some decision about manufacturing impacts agriculture, then such decision be revised and taken so that all the sectors are happy. and all the sectors are boosted. Next, to maintain a state of the art resource center. To maintain a state of the art. State of the art means updated and best resource center by a repository, be a repository of research on good governance and best practices in sustainable and equitable development, as well as help their dissemination to stakeholders. Wow. What is good governance? How to conduct good governance? All the research papers, keep it, maintain it, and disseminate. Sir, what does disseminate means? Spread to stakeholders. स्टेकहोल्डर्स मीन इंटरेस्टेड पार्टीज. हिंदी में अगर मैं बताऊं तो एक सरकार कैसे अच्छे से चलती है, इसका रिसर्च करना, इसका रिसर्च को मेंटेन करना, और इससे रिलेटेड जितने रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स है, अगर कोई को भी इंटरेस्ट है उसके बारे में जानना कि गुड गवर्नेंस प्रैक्टिसेस क्या है, तो उनके बीच में इसको बांटना. रिपोजिटरी मतलब स्टोरेज, एक रिसर्च पेपर का स्टोरेज. सर क्या चीज का स्टोरेज? रिसर्च पेपर का. किस चीज पर रिसर्च? गुड गवर्नेंस पे. सरकार कैसे चलती है, सही तरीका क्या है सरकारें चलाने का, उसके ऊपर रिसर्च. ओके सर. नेक्स्ट इज नेक्स्ट इज to actively to actively monitor and evaluate the implementation of programs and initiatives. To actively monitor, to actively monitor, to actively monitor and evaluate the implementation of programs and initiatives, including the identification of the needed resources, so as to strengthen the probability of success and scope of delivery. So as to strengthen the probability of success and scope of delivery. To actively monitor and evaluate the implementation. So to be active, to look into the implementation of programs and initiatives, including the identification of needed resources, so as to strengthen the probability of success. हर वो चीज जो सक्सेस के लिए जरूरी है उसका जुगाड़ करना. सक्सेस जिस भी रिसोर्स से आएगा उन रिसोर्सेस का जुगाड़ करना. सीधी बात. सीधी बात. To focus on technology upgradation and capacity building for implementation of programs and initiatives. Friends, it tells us to focus on technology upgradation. टेक्नोलॉजी को अपग्रेड करना, टेक्नोलॉजी को अपग्रेड करना एंड कैपेसिटी को बिल्ड करना. एंड कैपेसिटी को बिल्ड करना किस चीज के लिए? फॉर इंप्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ प्रोग्राम्स एंड इनिशिएटिव्स, जिससे प्रोग्राम्स एंड इनिशिएटिव्स का इंप्लीमेंटेशन हो सके. So it tells about focus on technology upgradation, to focus on technology upgradation and capacity building for implementation of programs and initiatives. For implementation of programs and initiatives. It is written to focus on technology upgradation and capacity building. And finally, to undertake other activities as may be necessary. और जो भी एक्स्ट्रा करना पड़े जिससे डेवलपमेंट एजेंडा अचीव हो पाए वो करें. All this is about, dear students, Niti Aayog. In fact, if you know, after the class, if you Google Niti Aayog, there is a separate website of the government providing details about Niti Aayog. सरकार की एक अलग वेबसाइट है जो आपको नीति आयोग से रिलेटेड सारी बातें बताती है. Okay? Yes, sir, it's okay. Please confirm, dear students, so that I can move. And like every class, I will tell you the success formula is attend this class, read, study material of ICAI carefully, line by line, word by word. That is the secret to success in economics. पक्का है? Okay, sir. Next. The key initiatives of Niti Aayog are. What are the key initiatives of Niti Aayog? What are the key initiatives of Niti Aayog? Number one, life. Which life is basically a project name which envisions replacing the prevalent use and dispose economy. What is use and dispose economy? Can anybody tell me what is use and dispose economy? Use and dispose economy का क्या मतलब होता है? आप में से कोई बताएगा क्या मुझे? Friends, I will tell you. Use and dispose economy is not bad, is not good for the country. It is also called, write down, also called take, make, waste economy. Take, make, waste economy. Also called take, make, waste economy. अरे पर सर बात क्या है? What is it exactly? Can you tell us? Right, sir. I'll again explain it in both the languages, so listen carefully. Use and dispose economy is where resource is wasted. I take up a resource, I build something out of it. When my work is over, I throw it away. जो अभी चल रहा है, which is going on right now. We should replace this economy with a recycle economy, where whatever is used can be reused in some other format. हिंदी में बताइए सर. की इनिशिएटिव है प्रोजेक्ट लाइफ, नीति आयोग का प्रोजेक्ट लाइफ, जिसका गोल है कि इकोनॉमी या यूज एंड डिस्पोज, जहां क्या है, रिसोर्स को बनाओ, रिसोर्स को इस्तेमाल करो, रिसोर्सेस का इस्तेमाल करो और जब काम हो जाए फेंक दो. इधर ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. फेंकने की जगह उसका कोई दूसरा यूज ढूंढिए, उसको रीयूज कीजिए, रिसाइकल कीजिए. ये है मेन गोल नीति आयोग का अंडर द प्रोजेक्ट लाइफ. सिंपली टू रिड्यूस वेस्टेज. सिंपल भाषा में बताइए, रिड्यूस वेस्टेज. एनविजन मीन्स टू सी इन द फ्यूचर. एनविजन मीन्स टू सी इन द फ्यूचर. तो लाइफ, टू एलिमिनेट वेस्टेज ऑफ रिसोर्सेस. यू कैन राइट डाउन प्रोजेक्ट लाइफ to eliminate wastage of resources. To eliminate wastage of resources. Come on, everybody, write it down. To eliminate wastage of resources. Is that clear, dear students? Yes, sir, it's clear. Next one is the National Data and Analytics Platform, NDAP. NDAP. So basically, any data of Indian government can be easily accessed through this platform. National Data and Analytics Platform facilitates and improves access to Indian government data. National Data and Analytics Platform. National Data and Analytics Platform. National Data and Analytics Platform. Okay, students? Right, sir. Shunya campaign aims to improve air quality. Shunya, by the way, means zero. For those who don't know Hindi, Shunya means zero. Shunya campaign aims to improve air quality in India by accelerating the deployment of electric vehicles. Yes. So basically zero emissions. The goal is zero pollution, zero emissions in the air. So the goal is to use electric vehicles, e-vehicles in our country. To use e-vehicles in our country, the goal is to increase the use of e-vehicles in our country. To increase the use of e-vehicles, e-vehicles in our country. Okay, right, sir. E-Amrit is a one-stop destination for all information on EVs. So any information you want on EVs, E-Amrit is the site you go for. Methanol economy, basically trying to bring in another fuel, replace the fuel, is aimed at reducing India's oil import bill greenhouse gas emission and converting coal reserves and solid waste into methanol, because methanol causes least pollution. मिथेनॉल यूज करते हैं ना एज अ सोर्स ऑफ फ्यूल, तो कम पोल्यूशन यूज होता है, कम पोल्यूशन प्रोड्यूस होता है. नेक्स्ट, ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इंडिया ग्लोबल गोल्ड मार्केट constituted by Niti Aayog to recommend measures for tapping into the potential of sector and provide a stimulus to exports and economic growth. So that India can export, so that India can export, India export कर सके, इस चीज को प्रमोट करना, इस चीज को प्रमोट करना. Transforming India's gold market constituted by Niti Aayog to recommend measures for tapping into the potential of the sector and provide a stimulus to exports and economic growth. Stimulus means boost, कि गोल्ड का भी एक्सपोर्ट्स बढ़े हमारी कंट्री में, कि गोल्ड का भी एक्सपोर्ट्स बढ़े हमारी कंट्री में. प्रमोट द बूस्ट ऑफ एक्सपोर्ट्स इन ऑफ गोल्ड फ्रॉम अवर कंट्री. So some of the key initiatives that we should remember is, I will highlight for you the key initiatives of Niti Aayog. Let's highlight. Come on, everybody. Let's see who remembers what. Key initiatives of Niti Aayog. Number one, friends. Number one key initiative of Niti Aayog. Number one key initiative of Niti Aayog is Project Life, reduce wastage. Then you have the Shunya campaign, that aims to reduce air pollution. Air pollution by promoting e-vehicles. By promoting e-vehicles. Life, Project Life, I have told. Project Shunya campaign, I have told. E-Amrit. Any information related to e-vehicles. These are the main ones I am writing, okay? Info related to, कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन आपको ई व्हीकल्स के बारे में चाहिए, आपको वो ई अमृत से मिलेगा. शून्य कैंपेन मींस द गोल इज टू रिड्यूस एयर पोल्यूशन बाय प्रमोटिंग ई व्हीकल्स. बस एयर पोल्यूशन कम करना. सर व्हाट एल्स डू वी हैव? So dear students, the next thing that we have, dear students, the next thing that we have is after E-Amrit, we have is methanol campaign. Because if methanol is promoted, then the oil imports will reduce. To reduce oil imports, to reduce oil imports. These are the major campaigns, dear students, that the government or the Niti Aayog is looking into. जो नीति आयोग या गवर्नमेंट देख रहा है. I am 100% sure it's crystal clear so far. Yes or no, students? Yes, sir, it's clear to us. Sir, we have understood so far what the key initiatives of Niti Aayog are. Acha, let's do 2 or 3 MCQs on Niti Aayog. What say, friends? Question 1, MCQs. Let me ask you some MCQs, okay? Let's conduct a 3 to 5 marks test on Niti Aayog. Okay, are we ready? Yes, sir. Question number 1. When Niti Aayog came into force? A, January 15. B, February 1951. C, January 16. D, March 1947. Come on, everyone. When Niti Aayog came into force? Wow. So let me see who have given the correct answer. I will take their names. Mr. Suraj, Mr. Anil, Miss Madhu, Mr. Anand, Miss Pranitha, Miss Anusha, Miss Nishi, Miss Anusha. Okay, I've taken their names. Mrs. Sweetie, Mr. Taranpreet, Mr. Sunil, Miss Renuka, very good. Miss Sakshi, okay. Priyanka, okay. So many of the friends have given correct answer. I have tried to take most of the names, but always it will not be possible. Okay. So try to understand my point as well. Okay. So first one is January 2015. Okay. Next. The next question is, the next question is, which institution, institution did another MCQ I am asking you all, which institution did Niti Ayog replace? Which institution did Niti Ayog replace? Your options being, which institutions did Niti Ayog replace? Your options being A, Planning Society, B, Finance Ministry, C, Planning Commission, D, Reserve Bank of India. What say everyone? Which institution did Niti Ayog replace? Let's see. So correct answer is, I can see some correct answers coming into the game. The correct answer is Planning Commission. Very, very good. Okay, wonderful. Friends, 1 and 2 we have done. So dear students, let's move into question. Move into question number 3. Okay, sir. Identify the role of Niti Ayog. Identify the of Niti Ayog. Options are, dear students, A. Identify the role of Niti Ayog. Options are A, to promote cooperative federalism. B, to act as a think tank. To act as a think tank. To act as a think tank. To promote innovation and entrepreneurship. D, all the above. Come on, dear students, highlight for me the correct answer. Come on, dear students, highlight for me the correct answer. Let's see who answers correctly. I'll try to take their names. अगर आंसर टाइम से आता है तो ओके पूजा, रीड केयरफुली, रीड द क्वेश्चन केयरफुली पूजा. Okay, very good. So I can take some names now. I have got the answers. Let me take from beginning because so many have given the answer, Baba. Okay, Miss Tambeshwari, Madhu, Sweetie, Pranitha, Anand, Nishi, Sanya, Shruti, Sakshi, Manya, Mr. Mohammed Anas, Sarang, Mr. Motiani, Miss Hetal, Miss Chitam Reddy Kavya, Pankaj, Sani. All right, dear students, perfect answer given by each one of you. All of the above is the answer. Okay, friends, let's do the fourth MCQ. 3 MCQs we have done. Let's do the fourth MCQ. Let's see who is able to answer this correctly. Let's see who is able to answer this correctly. The question is, everyone, the question is, which of the campaign by Niti Aayog suggests reduction of oil import bill? Suggests reduction of oil import bill. A, methanol campaign. B, Swachh Bharat campaign. C, E-Amrit. D, Life campaign. Come on, everybody. Fourth one. Wow. Fantastic. 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 This time, Sanya gave correct answer. Priti gave correct answer. Ashinka gave correct answer. So, dear students, the answer is methane campaign. Methanol campaign, basically. All right. So, friends, these are the 4 MCQs that we have done so far from जो आज हम लोगों ने कवर किया उसमें से. अभी मैं आगे बढ़ता हूं. अभी I'll move forward and let's see what we have to learn. Okay? चलिए आगे सीखते हैं. Friends, now we will study the current structure of Indian economy. I told you, na, we will study after 1991 in today's class. Okay, so how will we study it, sir? We will classify 3 types of sectors. So friends, there are 3 types of sectors. Do you know them? Yes, sir, we certainly do. We are soon going to be chartered accountants. We need to know these basic things. Primary sector, secondary sector, and then you have the tertiary sector. So basically, what is primary sector? Of course, you all know this. The one that relates to agriculture and the related natural resources. One that relates to the agriculture and related natuरल रिसोर्सेज, उसको अपने प्राइमरी सेक्टर के दरमियान डालते हैं. व्हाट इज सेकेंडरी सेक्टर? दोस्तों वो सेक्टर जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री फैक्ट्रीज से डील करती है. द वन डियर स्टूडेंट्स दैट डील्स विद मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैक्ट्री एंड इंडस्ट्री. एंड द थर्ड वन दैट वी हैव इज टर्शरी सेक्टर दैट deals with service provision. Tertiary sector that deals with service provision. Tertiary sector that deals with service provision. Is that clear, dear students? Right, sir. Tertiary sector, the service sector. So I will first of all give you a summary, then we will get into the depths of it one by one. उसके बाद हम लोग जो है डेप्थ्स में जाएंगे एक एक करके, है ना फ्रेंड्स. The first one is primary sector. So what we have seen is till now, abhi tak, more than 50% of India is employed in agriculture. I am not saying agriculture is contributing 50% to national income. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा. मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि आज भी 50% से ज्यादा भारत एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर में काम करने में लगा हुआ है, प्राइमरी सेक्टर में. बट बिकॉज ऑफ द लो वैल्यू ऑफ द एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट्स, क्योंकि एग्रीकल्चर उपज जो होती है उसकी कीमत ही कम होती है दोस्तों, इस वजह से अनफॉर्चुनेटली, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अनफॉर्चुनेटली टुवर्ड्स द नेशनल इनकम, टुवर्ड्स द नेशनल इनकम, towards the national income, agriculture sector contributes less than even 20%. 20% or less than 20%. Imagine 20% or less than 20%. 20% or less than 20%. That is primary sector's contribution. Friends, if we talk about secondary sector, that is the industrial sector. Towards the national income, industrial sector has been contribution has been around 30%. Around 30. Of course, you can say 25 to 30%. Nobody will ask you the exact data, but roundabout data is towards the national income of the country. Secondary sector, that is the industrial sector, that is the manufacturing sector, contributes around 25 to 30%, dear students. And tertiary sector, that is the service sector. See, because in India now people are becoming educated, क्योंकि अब भारत में लोग पढ़ाई लिखाई कर रहे हैं ना, इस वजह से tertiary sector या service sector is contributing 50% or more, around 50% I should say, towards national income. Is that clear, dear students? Is that clear, dear students? क्या दोस्तों ये clear है? Now on your request, dear students, I am allowing a 5 to 10 minutes break, but मैं कोई break नहीं ले रहा. I am not taking any break. I am here for the students' doubts, but new topic I will start after 5 to 10 minutes. Meanwhile, जो लोग क्लास में हैं, आप लोग डाउट्स पूछिए, मैं रेडी हूं. जो भी डाउट है अब आप लोग पूछिए. Come on, I am available now. I am available now for your doubts. Please shoot. Yes, India is known as Krishi Pradhan country, right? Because agriculture is the dominant sector. That's right. GVA means gross value added. Mr. Nanda, GVA means gross value added. It is basically the value of output of a particular sector minus value of input by a particular sector. Mr. Muhammad Anas Sarang एनी काइंड ऑफ सर्विस, कोई भी तरीके का सर्विस हो बाबू, वो आप ये समझ लीजिए इधर पे आएगा, विल बी कंसिडर्ड अंडर टर्शरी सेक्टर. एनी काइंड ऑफ सर्विस दैट इज लीगल इन नेचर will come under tertiary sector. Okay, be it somebody filing your returns, be it somebody making software for you, everything will be coming under service sector, dear students. Friends, is that clear? Next question please, I am ready. Okay, correct answer. Yes, primary sector means agriculture भी, और agriculture से related, in addition to agriculture anything else. Yes, Anand. E-Amrit means, yes, Anand. E-Amrit basically tells us all the information about e-vehicles. Anand, आपको e-vehicles के बारे में कोई भी information चाहिए? So E-Amrit is for that. Okay. Some of you are asking, sir, we want to take the screenshot of the initial part. Okay, dear students, here it is. Here I started the topic and here is the screenshot. As usual, in Indian economy, every class I start with the timeline. So मैंने शुरुआत में आप लोगों को timeline. In the beginning, I had issued a timeline for everything, wherein I had spoken how East India Company took over after Battle of Plassey in 1757, after the battle between the French and the this English. Okay, before that, India used to be an economic superpower and used to contribute 25% towards the trade in the world. Okay, 1757, the British took over. Then we spoke about the 1757 to 1947 timeline, wherein we understood how the exploitation of our people was taking place, and also in the meanwhile, we understood 1858 when the British government took over. Okay, right. Then we understood about the early reforms that took place from 81 to 89, and then we understood how IMF and World Bank was introduced in 1991, and post 1991 LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization was implemented. Yes, Anil, definitely. Yes, Priyanka, it was done in the last class. Maybe you had missed the class. Okay, go to the last class and watch that. Okay, right. Okay. Sakshi is asking, what is green revolution? Sakshi, green revolution basically means where high yielding varieties, basically chemically produced seeds and fertilizers, are used to increase productivity. In the 1960s, when India was facing scarcity of raw materials and food crops, then it was of essential importance that there be some resources available there be some produce available. That time, the best upay was green revolution, which implied higher productivity because of use of chemical fertilizers. Of course, it demanded more water. Of course, it demanded chemical fertilizers and pesticides. But as a result, productivity of India increased so much so that India, who was an importer from United States of America, gradually became an exporter. This revolution was known as Green Revolution, where India became self-sufficient in food grain production. Where India became self-sufficient in food grain production. Sir, let's start now. Okay, friends. Let's talk about the institute material one by one. All right, let's go. Okay, let's talk about this. On account of the enormity of the economic phenomenon and the dynamic nature of economic variables, it is not possible to have an up-to-date and comprehensive documentation on current state of the economy. Of course, अभी तुरंत क्या हो रहा है ये तो बड़ा अजीब सवाल है. It's very difficult to comprehend, right? So what I tell everybody is, given the constraints of the unit, an attempt is made in the following section to present the broad nature of the present day Indian economy based on three sectors: primary, secondary, and tertiary. So it is not the exact data of today; it's just of the past few times. Okay, agriculture with its allied sectors. Sir, what is allied? Allied means associated sectors. Means activities along with agriculture, activities associated with agriculture. You know, it can be farming, it can be horticulture, fishing, means in the same lines as agriculture, where natural resources are involved. Okay, is indisputably the largest source of livelihood in India. I told you, na, more than 50% are employed in primary sector. I have told you, till the end of 1960, India was a food deficient nation. But thanks to Green Revolution and depended on imports. India has emerged today as the world's largest producer of milk, pulses. Pulses, you understand, na? Dal, fruit and spices. India has the largest area planted under wheat, rice, and cotton. It is the second largest producer of fruits, vegetables, tea, farm fish, cotton, sugarcane, wheat, rice, cotton, and sugar. Indian food and grocery market is the world's sixth largest, with retail contributing 70% of the sales. India has the world's largest cattle herd, that is the population of buffaloes, largest. Right, sir. The Indian livelihood sector attained a record growth of 6.6% during the last decade, emerging as a major producer of milk, egg, and meat in the world. India grows large variety of cash crops, of which cotton, jute, and sugarcane are prominent. So India, my dear students, grows large variety of cash crops, of which what are the most important? Cotton, jute, and sugarcane are the most important. Although the share of agriculture has been declining in overall gross value added of India, it continues to grow in absolute terms. 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 So, what does it mean? Means in percentage terms, agriculture contributes only 18% of national income. But if you talk about rupee terms, if you talk about kg or tons, agricultural productivity is still rising. Agricultural productivity abhi bhi बढ़ रहा है. But because the contribution by other sectors is so much that agriculture looks only 18%. So overall looking, the percentage may be falling, but overall contribution, overall production in terms of output of agriculture is still on the rise. Understood, not understood, dear students of the primary sector? according to the latest estimates, 47% of India's population is dependent on agriculture. I told you around 50%. I told you it also contributes significant to GDP. I told you around 20%. Here it is. I told you around 20%. Here it is 18.8%. Just ballpark figure, if you remember, I think it is good enough. Livestock means cows, buffaloes, Mr. Nanda. The industrial numbers of agricultural production. The industrial numbers of agricultural production in 21-22 base ending base trinium ending 7-8 equals to 100 for categories namely food crop, this was above 140. Now in maths you have understood index numbers. It is in the statistics portion. Statistics portion, chapter 3. So what we are saying here is, what we are doing here is, the index number of agricultural production is around 140. Means if 100 units were being produced in the year 2007-8, for every 100 units being produced, now 140 units are being produced in 2021-22. So by 40% increase. Similarly, rice and pulses, oh my God, pulses have increased by 96%. Rice has increased by around 40%. As per the economic survey, 2022-23, agriculture remained robust, recording a growth of 3.5%, driven by buoyant Rabi sowing and allied activities. Friends, in your geography, you have understood there are something called Rabi crops and then there are something called Kharif crops. So what is the goal of the government in agriculture? Very important. अब कोई क्वेश्चन मत पूछना, pay attention. कोई क्वेश्चन मत पूछना, सुनो सुनो सुनो. What is the goal of government related to agriculture? To augment crop and livestock productivity. Augment का मतलब, sir, what does augment mean? To increase the crop productivity. Ensure certainty of returns to the farmers through price support. MSP. Friends, you know what is MSP? Minimum support. सर ये क्या होता है, थोड़ा समझाइए. हिंदी में बोलता हूं फिर इंग्लिश में बोलूंगा. काफी बार दोस्तों ऐसा हो सकता है कि मान लो मार्केट डिसाइड करता है कि जो राइस की कीमत होगी वो 15 रुपीज किलो होगी. पर दोस्तों ये तो मार्केट ने डिसाइड किया. अब बेचारा किसान जो कि इतने मेहनत से प्रोडक्शन कर रहा है, क्या पता जो उसको लागत पड़ा हो, यानी कि खर्चा पड़ा हो राइस का, वो पड़ा हो 25 रुपया किलो. तो ये तो बड़ा अनफेयर हो गया कि अगर आप किसान को 15 रुपए में बेचने पर मजबूर करोगे, उस बेचारे का तो लॉस हो गया. मतलब उसको तो लॉस में काम करना पड़ रहा है. इस वजह से दोस्तों क्या होता है, इस वजह से दोस्तों क्या होता है, because of this, dear students, what happens is government tells the farmers that, dear farmers, we are fixing MSP. Suppose government has fixed the minimum support price of suppose rupees 30. इसका मतलब है, this means that nobody can buy from the government or so from the farmers rice at below 30 a kg. तो अगर कोई गवर्नमेंट कोई किसान से अगर 28 रुपया में खरीदने का धमकी देता है तो किसान उसको मना कर सकता है. किसान उस इंसान को बेचने की सीधा सरकार को बेच देगा. ये है एमएसपी का अर्थ. सो फ्रेंड, व्हाट एमएसपी मींस इज दैट the government fixes a minimum support price for the farmers. So in case the people or the market is not giving the farmers right price for the products, then government promises them a minimum price. Government tells the farmers that, okay, dear farmers, you don't need to sell the product, your output below this price. If somebody forces you to, tell them a no straight away, and instead I will buy it from you at this given price, which is the MSP. MSP is generally fixed at 1.5 times the cost of production. 1.5 times the cost of production. So dear students, MSP is fixed at around Generally speaking, 1.5 times of the cost of production. Augment means to increase crop productivity. Augment means to increase crop productivity. Next is to promote crop diversification. Promote crop diversification. To promote what? To promote crop diversification. Yes, students, the goal is to promote crop diversification. Means different types of crops indulged by different people, enjoyed by different people. Next, next goal is to improve market infrastructure through the impetus provided for the setting up of farmer producer organizations. And next, promotion of investment in infrastructure facilities. Promotion of investment in infrastructure facility to boost agriculture infrastructure. To boost agriculture infrastructure. Sir, what the diversification means? Friends, diversification means to move from single crops to multiple crops. Two things. Here, come back. Let me make you right. One of our tasks is agriculture diversification. Friends, first understand and then I will let you copy it. पहले समझिए एंड उसके बाद कॉपी कर लीजिएगा. Friends, agriculture diversification implies two things. Number one, to move from. Number one, to move from single crop system कि पूरे साल किसान जो है एक ही क्रॉप उगा रहे हैं. इंस्टेड ऑफ सिंगल क्रॉप्स एट द टाइम फार्मर शुड रिलाई ऑन मल्टीपल क्रॉप. इससे क्या होगा कि अगर एक क्रॉप फेल भी हो गया ना, इवन इफ वन क्रॉप फेल्स द अदर क्रॉप्स are going to make up for the loss. This is part one, multi-cropping. Second thing is, in addition to agriculture related activities, the farmer should also indulge in some non-agricultural activities. For example, if farmers have extra space in their land, then they can indulge in fishing. They can indulge in horticulture, means growing of other fruits and vegetables. They can indulge in animal husbandry, that is they can take care of cows and buffaloes and sell the milk they produce. They can maintain chickens, they can open poultry farms. This is what diversification means. Agricultural diversification means to move from single crop to multiple crop and to move from agricultural activities to non agricultural activities, जिससे एक जगह पे हम लोग डिपेंडेंट नहीं है. हम लोग मतलब फार्मर्स अपने इनकम के लिए. अब कॉपी कर लीजिए, अब मैं आपको अलाउ कर रहा हूं. नाउ आई एम अलाउइंग यू टू कॉपी. Okay, so sir, I'll read it for you, no problem. Agriculture diversification means to move from single cropping system to multiple cropping system. Number one. And the second thing is, dear students, agriculture diversification means to move from agricultural activities मीन्स इन एडिशन टू एग्रीकल्चर एक्टिविटीज के साथ साथ आप लोग नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल एक्टिविटीज में भी इंडल्ज हो जाइए. यू इंडल्ज इन टू नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल एक्टिविटीज एज वेल, be it fishing, be it horticulture, be it animal husbandry, be it working or operating poultry farms, whatever it is. Understood, dear students? Yes, sir. Understood. Very good. So now let's see some of the developments. Considering, अच्छा, just pay attention, very and underline this. The government of India has allowed 100% FDI in marketing of food products and in food product e-commerce under the automatic route. Automatic route means the foreigners don't need to take special permission from the government to indulge into food business in India. 100% foreign direct investment is allowed. No rok tok. Considering the diverse needs of the agricultural sector and the large farming community, a large number of interventions are undertaken by different governments. A few recent measures are इनकम सपोर्ट टू फार्मर थ्रू पीएम किसान. तो अब गवर्नमेंट क्या कर रहा है, जो हमारे किसान हैं उनको इनकम का सपोर्ट दे रहा है, जिसका एक बेसिकली प्रोजेक्ट है, उसका नाम है पीएम किसान. पीएम किसान नामक प्रोजेक्ट के थ्रू इनको सपोर्ट किया जा रहा है, थ्रू पीएम किसान, थ्रू पीएम किसान. Fixing of minimum support price at 1.5 times the cost of production. I have told you this कि सरकार ने क्या किया है, जो गवर्नमेंट को सपोर्ट प्राइस, जो मतलब सरकार ने बेसिकली जो किसानों को सपोर्ट प्राइस दिया है, वो उनके जो भी कॉस्ट होते हैं एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट के, उसका 1.5 गुना दिया है. इससे किसानों के पास प्रॉफिट भी बचता है. इंस्टीट्यूशनल क्रेडिट फॉर एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर. व्हाट इज इंस्टीट्यूशनल क्रेडिट? मींस लोन्स थ्रू बैंक्स, बैंक के थ्रू लोन्स. अच्छा, when we talk about this, can anybody tell me apex bank in our country for agriculture loan? Can you tell me? Apex means topmost. Can you tell me, friends, another MCQ, which is the apex? Apex means the topmost bank in our country for providing agriculture loan. Can you tell me, dear students? Very good. First answer was by Mr. Anand, followed by KS Anag, followed by Mr. Suraj. Correct. Right. So let me tell you, it is Apex Bank is NABARD. Apex Bank means topmost bank. The full form of NABARD is National Bank for, not RBI. Yes, RBI is above NABARD, but for agriculture, the answer is NABARD. National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development. for agricultural and rural development. That's NABARD for you guys. That's NABARD for you guys. ठीक है सर. सर इतना बात क्लियर है सर. वी हैव अंडरस्टूड सोफा. Fantastic news then. What else do we have? Now there is a national mission being launched for edible oils. Of course, edible means which can be consumed by an individual. Okay. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, a novel insurance scheme for financial support to farmers due to suffering damage due to loss of crops or failure of crops. A very good important scheme. Then mission for integrated development of horticulture. Horticulture is basically growing of fruits, vegetables, you can say. Okay. For the holistic growth of horticultural sector. Soil health cards, basically which basically tell about the quality of soil so that farmers can take informed decision, so that farmers can take decision accordingly on the basis of soil, so that farmers can take decisions accordingly. परंपरागत कृषि विकास योजना, PKVY. परंपरागत कृषि विकास योजना, सपोर्टिंग एंड प्रमोटिंग ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग. यू ऑल नो व्हाट इज ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग. ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग का मतलब है नेचुरल सीड्स, नेचुरल फर्टिलाइजर्स. मतलब जहां पे कुछ भी केमिकल का काम नहीं होगा. ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग which means natural seeds and fertilizers and improvement of soil health and improvement of soil health. Agri infrastructure fund, a medium long term debt financing facility for investment in viable projects, for investment in viable projects, for post harvest management infrastructure and community farming assets. Promotion of farmer producer organization to ensure better income for the producer through an organization of their own. So just like we have chamber of commerce for businessmen, na, the businessmen have chamber of commerce. Similarly, for farmer, there should be farmer producing organizations wherein all the farmers will become members. And this institution will work only for the right of farmers. Only farmers के अधिकारों के लिए ये लड़ेगा. A good initiative. Next, per drop more crop. Per drop more crop. It is a scheme to increase water efficiency at the farm level, to increase the water use efficiency, to increase the water use efficiency at the farm level, to increase the use of water efficiency at the farm level. Setting up of micro irrigation fund, setting up of ENAM, a pan India electronic trading portal which networks the existing APMC. What is APMC? Agricultural Produce Marketing Committee. They basically market agricultural products. Write down Agricultural Produce Marketing Committee. Agricultural Produce Marketing Committee. Sir, what is it? Can you tell us? Okay, समझाता हूं. ENAM for APMC. ENAM for APMC. What is it, sir? क्या आप बताएंगे? बिल्कुल बताऊंगा. हेडिंग डाल लीजिए. ENAM for APMC. ENAM for APMC. Everybody, ENAM for APMC. Are you listening, dear students? Yes, sir. So see, basically it's like an electronic PAN card. Now what is it? I'll tell you. First of all, what is APMC? सर ये करता क्या, हिंदी में बताइए, इंग्लिश में भी बताइए। ओके, मैं दोनों लैंग्वेजेस यूज करूंगा। सो दोस्तों, असल में होता क्या है ना, असल में होता क्या है ना, ये अलग अलग किसान है। हिंदी में बता रहा हूं, फिर इंग्लिश में भी ट्रांसलेट कर दूंगा। ये अलग अलग किसान है। इन्होंने कुछ एग्रीकल्चरल क्रॉप्स उगाया, बट ये लोग बेच नहीं पा रहे हैं सही दाम पर। तो ये लोग क्या करते हैं, अपने क्रॉप्स को ये लोग जो है एपीएमसी के पास जमा करवा देते हैं। और एपीएमसी इनको अपने क्रॉप्स का सही दाम दिलवा देता है। एपीएमसी की प्रॉब्लम ये था कि ये एक लोकल रीजनल एरिया तक ही सीमित रहता था। तो ई नाम की वजह से कोई भी प्रोडक्ट केरला का, ये समझ लो, कोलकाता आ सकता है, कोलकाता आ सकता है, कोलकाता का कोई भी प्रोडक्ट मुंबई जा सकता है। क्यों? बिकॉज ये जो ई नैम है, ये पूरे इंडिया के बेसिकली एपीएमसी को साथ में कनेक्ट कर दिया है। तो मान लीजिए कोलकाता एएमसी के पास अगर एक्स्ट्रा राइस है, केरला एएमसी के पास कम राइस है, तो कोलकाता एएमसी इसको ट्रांसफर कर सकता है। ये सुख सुविधा अब मिल चुकी है। Is that clear, dear? Is that clear, dear students? Yes or no? Come on. Right, sir. It's crystal clear to us. Right, sir. It's crystal clear to us. Done, everybody? Right, sir. Done. Next, introduction of Kisan Rail for improvement in farm produce logistics. Logistics means supply chain. क्रॉप्स को एक जगह से दूसरे जगह का ट्रांसपोर्ट करना, दैट इज फार्म प्रोड्यूस लॉजिस्टिक्स। लॉजिस्टिक्स मीन्स डियर सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट, SCM, सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट। And next, creation of a startup ecosystem in agriculture and allied sectors. Friends, one person in related to agriculture who was working for farmers, if you all know, he came in Shark Tank also. The name was Jugadu Kamlesh, I think, in Shark Tank season one. Have you heard of him? So he also has an ecosystem. He's also a startup, and he's also working for the agricultural sector for the Kisan. So all these are going. Yes or no, dear students? Despite phenomenal increase in output of both food crops and commercial crops. Sir, what is food and what is commercial crop? I will tell you. Dear students, food crops are the ones that are meant to be eaten and that are meant to be, correct, for eating, like rice and wheat. So the farmers consume some of them and they sell the remaining food crops. What are commercial crops? Also called cash crops, which are basically grown by the farmers not with the intention of self consumption but with the intention of sales. Example, tea and coffee are the best examples. Rubber is the best example. All these are cash crops because they bring in a lot of money and hence they are cash crops. Come on, everyone. Okay, great. Next, moving on. Despite a phenomenal increase in the output of both food crops and commercial crops, Indian agriculture faces many issues. So now we are studying the problem of Indian agriculture. Number one problem is, friends, small land holdings. Suppose this is a piece of land which Mr. A had. Now what happened? He had two sons. तो दोनों के बीच में बंटवारा हो गया. The land was reduced to half. Now B and C. This is B's land. This is C. Now B had a son and a daughter. C also had son and daughter. They divided their land. Further, D and E had sons and daughters. They further divided the lands. Now, when you have a very small piece of land, you don't want to invest in that land. And therefore, the productivity goes down. Just imagine if the family would have remained unified, then what would have happened? Had the family remained unified, what would have happened? In this large piece of agricultural land, so much productivity could have taken place. So much productivity could have taken place. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes, sir. So much production could have taken place. Friends, I hope you all have understood this. Yes or no, dear students? Come on. Right. So, Indian agriculture is dominated by small and medium farmers, small and fragmented landholds, low productivity, subsistence farming. What is subsistence farming? Where a farmer produces for self-consumption, where a farmer is growing crops for self-consumption. When a farmer grows crop primarily for self-consumption. So these also reduce their ability to participate in domestic as well as export market. Next, Indian agriculture is resource intensive, cereal centric, and regionally biased. Yes, in some areas you get, for example, if you go towards the Assam side, you get more of tea. If you go towards the south side, the Kerala, etc., you get more of coffee. If you come towards this Bengal side, you get more of rice. If you go around Haryana, UP side, you get more of wheat. So that way they are telling that there is a relative distribution or dispersion. Yes or no, dear students? Yes, sir. Infrastructure is poor, products to be processed. Infrastructure is not up to the mark. पुराना infrastructure है, poor infrastructure है. Inadequate adoption of sustainable and climate resistance technology. Complexity, high food price volatility, very important. Food price consistently changing. It is highlighting that food prices are consistently changing. Next, there is incidence of poverty and malnutrition. Incidence of poverty and malnutrition. People are poor and not well fed. People are poor and not well fed. Friends, I hope it's crystal clear. Come on, everybody. ओके सो सर इतना बात हो गया है तो चलिए कुछ एमसीक्यूज हम और आप अब डिस्कस करें. कुछ एमसीक्यूज अब हम और आप डिस्कस करें. राइट एंड देन विल सी टुवर्ड्स द सेकेंडरी एंड द टर्शरी सेक्टर वॉट एवर वी हैव. ओके लेट्स गो. Let's solve some MCQ. इनमें से कुछ we have done in the last two classes. So intentionally, what I will do is that I will be talking about those MCQs which are yet to be done. Okay. Okay. ENAM. Today only we have done. So you cannot, be wrong here. An electronic name card given to citizens of India. No, it is meant for farmers and APMCs. Let's see. National agricultural market with the objective of creating a unified national market for agricultural commodities. हाँ सही है. A pan India electronic trading portal which networks the existing APMC mandis. So both are correct. Correct answer. All this we had done. Okay, next. Number 15. Tell me this one. The strategy of agricultural development before green revolutions, that is 1960, 1950, was high yielding variety. No, that was after green revolution. Technology upgradation after green revolution. Institutional reforms, yes, such as land reforms. For example, to abolish zamindari system. You know, the British had introduced zamindari system. I had discussed in the first class. To abolish such system, that was the goal. That was the institutional reform. So this, my dear students, would be your answer. Friends, dear friends, is it clear, dear friends? Yes, Tamil Nadu for rice, correct. Okay, let's see the 17th one. Let's see the 17th one. The new economic policy manifest in state-led industrialization. No, that was state-led means government-led. That was in this phase. Rethinking the role of markets versus the state. Yes. Good governance, that is under think tank. It has nothing to do with economic policy. Emphasize the role of good government. That is all coming under this think tank policy and this one. Niti Aayog, all this are dealing with that. Bring about reduction in poverty? No. So rethinking the role of market versus state. Friends, friends, this much we have understood. Now I think we should carefully proceed with the secondary sector. What say everybody? We should proceed with the secondary sector. What say everybody? Should we? So see, the Indian industry holds a significant position in the Indian economy, contributing about 30% of total gross value added in the country and employing over 12 crores of people. And employing over 12 crores of people. The industrial sector in India broadly comprises of manufacturing. Number one, manufacturing. Number two, heavy industries. Number three, fertilizers. Number four, pharmaceuticals, chemicals and petrochemicals, ONGC, oil, natural gas, food processing, mining, defense products. We are talking about different industries. Sir, what is informal sector? What is informal sector? See, formal sector is the one in the private economy. See, if we talk about industries, excuse me, excuse me. Okay. So if we talk about industries, dear students, if we talk about industries, there are two parts. Number one, primary sector, could say the government businesses, the government industries, the government owned factories. Other one is the private. So remember, the entire government industries straight away come under formal sector. बात ही खत्म हो गया, पूछना ही मत, पूछो ही मत. Right, sir. That's correct. That's correct. This comes under the government sector. This comes under the government sector. But in the private sector, if you are having more than 10 or more than 10 employees, employees, employees are 10 or more than 10 employees, that is people working under you, working for you. If they are 10 or more in number, then friends, it is formal sector. If less than 10 employees, then generally speaking, we call it to be an informal sector. And just imagine, more than 50% of the value added, GVA is gross value added, is by the informal sector. Just imagine. Understood, not understood, just imagine. So development of a robust manufacturing sector is a key priority of the Indian government. Yes or no, dear students? A detailed discussion is beyond the scope of this unit. So we don't have to discuss beyond this. Beyond, in extra, it is not discussed here. Pay attention. The Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, has a role in the formulation of industrial policy and strategies. So if they ask who looks into the formulation and implementation of industrial policies and strategies, remember it is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Department for, write it down, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Department for Promotion of Industry and International Trade. Internal Trade. Why I'm saying international again? Internal means within the country, okay? Internal Trade. So DPIIT, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, everybody. Industry and Internal Trade, everybody. Sir, we certainly do understand this. Sir, we certainly do understand this. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. For promotion of industry and internal trade. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Okay, sir. Understood. Okay, sir. So this is the department we are talking about. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. What does it look into? It policy formulation for industrial development. Policy formulation for industrial development. I have the habit of repeating so that students को learn हो जाए. So I know sometimes you all will feel irritated. कि सर इतना बार क्यों बोल रहे हैं, जानबूझ के बोलते हैं, जिससे लर्न हो जाए. Policy formulation for industrial development. Policy formulation for industrial development. Is that clear, dear students? Okay, great. Now, sir, moving on. Now, friends, moving on. Let's talk about what these policies are. Ever since independence, many innovative schemes are undertaken by different governments from time to time to boost industrial performance. Some of the policies are presented below. Okay, so see, what are the policies for industries? See, we have studied policies for agriculture. एग्रीकल्चर के लिए पॉलिसीज दोस्तों हम लोगों ने पढ़ लिया. एग्रीकल्चर के लिए पॉलिसीज दोस्तों हम लोगों ने पढ़ लिया. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, यू हैव अंडरस्टूड एंड रेड पॉलिसीज फॉर एग्रीकल्चर. Now, dear students, we are understanding the policies for industries. Introduction of GST on 1st July 2017 as a single domestic indirect tax law for the entire country, replacing taxes like VAT, service tax, excise, all were removed. All were removed. All the different taxes were removed and GST was introduced. All the different taxes were removed on 1st July 17. Corporate tax rate to domestic companies was reduced, given option to pay income tax at the rate of 20%, 22%, subject to that they will not avail any exemption. See, you will not use any exemption. Okay? Pre-tax, etc. you will not use. Then you can pay tax flat 22%, nothing else payable. Make in India. So now it is being promoted that we should manufacture in India. You know, company of Aman Gupta, like this people who, the person who is involved with boat lifestyle. He was invited by ICAI only. I was seeing on YouTube in one of the ICAI's event. So he told in the event that initially boat used to import products from China, or basically outsource the manufacturing to China. But today a significant portion is done in India. So it was a brilliant step launched in 2014 to facilitate investment, foster innovation, build excellent infrastructure, and make India a hub for manufacturing, design, and innovation. Make India a hub for manufacturing, design, and innovation. Yes, sir, understood. And now the government is working on ease of doing business by eliminating multiple documental formalities. हर चीज के लिए डॉक्यूमेंट्स और बहुत सारे स्टेप्स और बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लग जाता था. अब वो अवॉइड किया जा रहा है. अब गोल है उस टाइम को कम करने का, कम से कम समय में काम अचीव करने का. Ease of doing business with key focus area as simplification of procedures. I told you. काम करने का जो तरीका है, बिजनेस करने का जो तरीका है, उसे सिंप्लीफाई करना, यहां उसकी बात चल रही है. Rationalization of legal provisions, digitization of government processes, and decriminalization of minor technical or procedural defaults. India ranks, acha, very important. India ranks 63rd in the World Bank Annual Doing Business Report 2030 as against 77th rank in registering a jump of 14 ranks. So India is today 63rd in the ease of doing business. 63rd rank. Remember, write down 63rd rank of India. One question is also there in the ICAI module related to the ranking of India. Let me show it to you now. Maybe I saw it wrong or right. It will be clear now. Hey, so here it is. I was correct. In terms of ease of doing business in 2020, India ranks, now to we have done 63rd. Initially, India was this one, 77. So from 77, it's a good improvement. We have come to 63rd position as far as ease of doing business is concerned. See here. So friends, India ranks how much as we have discussed? Acha, so remember, very important. Institute may change the, year. So if it would be 2019, then the 77th rank. If it's 2020, by far it would have improved. I don't have the exact data, so I would not comment on this. This is of as of 2020. Ease of doing business. Ease of doing business means how easily the business can be done, a business can be registered, how many documents are required, how long it takes for registration permission to be granted. All this comes under ease of doing business. So today we are at the 63rd position. The National Single Window System is a one-stop shop for investor-related approvals and services in the country and aims to provide continuous support to investors. So if anybody wants to invest in our country, किसी को भी country में national single window system है. Basically, there is one agency, you go, you seek their permission. If they allow you do business, you don't have to take permission at multiple points from multiple portals. No, नहीं चाहिए वैसा. वैसा permission नहीं चाहिए. ये मैं कह रहा हूं आपको. Next is PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan to facilitate data-based decisions related to integrated planning of multimodal infrastructure, thereby reducing logistic cost. Same thing. Talking about supply chain management, logistics, delivery. Acha, National Logistics Policy A launched in September 22 aims to lower the cost of logistics and make it at par with other developed nations. Logistics involves all the steps, right? To carry the goods from the producer's factory to the consumer's consumption point, to the consumer's house. Then there is this Atmanirbhar scheme, 100% FDI under automatic route for sale of coal and coal mining activities. 100% FDI. That too under automatic route. कोई permission नहीं चाहिए. So dear students, we got to study about the primary sector in details today. We'll focus a lot on primary sector today. We focused somehow on secondary sector. Some things like PM Mitra, etc. Of course, हाँ उद्यमी भारत, we are going to talk about them. मैं इनके बारे में भी बात करूंगा in our next class, जो कि हमारा इकोनॉमिक्स की जर्नी का, which for our economics journey will be the last class. So that's a good news for you all, that the next class is going to be the last class for the macroeconomics portion. That's it for the day. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye, everyone.